Welcome to the worst of all possible James Dobsons. We think this one is the worst.
I found in my research, one other guy just randomly named James Dobson, and I do feel very bad.
Oh,
for
no.
him.
Another James Dobson out there?
Just some guy.
Oh, poor guy.
Oh, shit.
We don't hate you, that guy.
Did you ever...
Hello and welcome to I Hate James Dobson. My name is Jake. I'm a former evangelical turned queer sex therapist. And today I am once again joined by the divine Miss M, Brooke.
Thank you. But I think you already used that one.
The divine Miss M?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You didn't?
I don't make that many Bette Midler references.
All right, I'll take it.
And today, dear readers, we have a very special guest. All the way from the worst of all possible worlds, please welcome Josh Boerman.
Yay!
Thank you for welcoming me. I came all the way out from New York for this shit, so you better make it worth my while.
It won't be. But we gave you some whiskey in a Kevin mug. So.
I mean, that's enough, honestly.
Having you here really is the best of both possible worlds.
That's so damn true.
That is what Brooke was referring to your podcast almost exclusively as.
Yeah, Josh doesn't know that, does he?
So do you think that we're the Miley Cyrus of podcasts?
No, I just, look, I'm a woman of a certain age.
Sure.
Things don't stick in my brain anymore. The name of your podcast was very challenging. I was like, I'm going to be on the best of all. Jacob was like, nope. The worst of both, all. Nope.
In fairness, our show is a riff on the best of all possible worlds, which is the recurring theme in Candide, the Voltaire book and later musical of the same name. So you might have just been dialing into the original source text, you know?
I think that is, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Not perimenopause.
I was with friends and we decided perimenopause is a great drag name.
It
Yes,
is such a good
God,
drag
yes.
name. Oh my gosh. I don't want to reveal my drag king name, but because I don't want anyone to steal it.
I want you to reveal it.
I'll reveal it to you, but you can't put it on the
We'll
podcast.
censor it.
You cut it. Yeah, bleep it out. But I want you to know that Landon Sider, professional drag king, approved and said it was really good.
Let's hear it. Pretty good.
Yeah,
Good.
thank you
Pretty
so
good.
much. Thank you. Yeah,
My drag king name is Johnny Coxville. He's a white trash vampire.
Nice.
that's a great one. What's yours, Josh?
Oh, I don't think I have one.
Gotta have a drag king
I'll think
name.
about it.
Okay.
I'll think about it. I'll get back to you later on that one.
Josh, how are you?
I'm okay. I have been in Chicago now for all of 12 hours.
Oh, you
Beautiful.
just flew in today?
Just got in this morning.
And boy, are your arms tired.
The flight was terrible, by the way. The polite thing to do is to be like, oh, how was the flight? It fucking sucks shit. The flight attendant was standing, this is such petty shit, but it's true. The flight attendant was standing way too close to the speaker of the cabin, right? And so every time she talked into the phone, being like, the next thing is whatever, it would come back through the speaker.
Oh, no.
So there was feedback.
Ugh.
And so you would start to hear the beginning of the announcement, and then it would go, not to mention that there was turbulence the entire way.
Oh, no.
Normally I take the train. It takes more time, but it's a lot more relaxing. Unfortunately, my schedule required me this time around to do it by airplane, and I regret that decision, if I'm being honest.
Josh, we are very honored to have you on the show,
Yes, we
and we
are.
have a gift for you.
Oh, something
gift?
comes out of the
You
bag.
are going home with your very own Kevin mug.
Yay!
You can keep that one.
Okay.
Whichever one.
That's true. I'm already holding one. It's got some bourbon in it. Let's go.
Yeah. Kevin mug.
And readers, if you want your very own Kevin mug, you can find them on ihatejamesdobson.printful.me.
Seamless, Jake.
That was a great pitch.
Yeah.
I should say also, very exciting to be finally meeting both of you face to face. Obviously, we have done remote collabs. Both of you have been on my show, but there's nothing better than like hanging out in person and recording a podcast.
I know, it's so fun. We're all three here in the flesh.
All three.
Staring at each other.
In my very small office.
In your very small office.
I've seen smaller.
Don't brag.
We have plugged your show multiple times on our show. We're fans. We've been on it. It's delightful. But for those uninitiated, Josh, tell the audience a little bit about your show.
Sure. So I co-host a show called The Worst of All Possible Worlds. It is a podcast where we talk about media and media narratives. Every week, we talk about a different piece of media. Sometimes it is something as mainstream as like The Social Network, for instance, that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Other times we're talking about episodes of Adventures in Odyssey. But anywhere in between, what we're trying to do is be like, okay, what are the narratives here? Explicit, implicit, everything in between. And how do those narratives contribute to the world in which we live? Mm-hmm. And, you know, we've had a pretty good time of it so far. It's been a pleasure, obviously, having both of you on the show to talk about Adventures in Odyssey, among other things. But yeah, I've been doing this show now for, God, I think it's going to be 3 years, 4 years.
Wow.
Oh my God. Is it going to be 4? It's going to be 4 years.
Yeah. And it's a great podcast and it's a lot of fun to be on and to listen to. I said to Jake, I was like, do you think it's going to matter that I have no idea about it? Jake's
no,
like, that's the point.
It's better if you don't know anything in many regards.
Yeah.
Because the first time, you will never forget the first time you hear the voice of John Avery Whitaker.
Oh, yeah.
Most folks around here call him Wit, to be clear.
Oh, my God. On our latest Patreon live stream, I did subject Brooke to a VHS of Adventures in Odyssey.
Yes. Which one?
Episode 3. It's about a bird.
Oh, that one sucks.
We did not make it past the opening sequence.
Yeah, no, that one's a fucking disaster. The lady with the bird, I remember that one. You need to do the one where they go back in time to the medieval era and Wit jousts.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Wit jousts.
Wit jousts.
Incredible. What's so weird? It's so weird.
I do feel like I am high whenever I try to explain what's going on in Adventures in Odyssey to you. Like, trust me, it's like a VR simulation, but it's all encompassing.
That's right.
And they do it to go back to the American Revolutionary War for reasons.
Well, we had you on, Brooke, for the episode where they take the kid's DNA to simulate a day in his life. You remember that?
So weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so invasive. I was like, so this old man is just, like stealing DNA and then sending other children into people's bodies. That's cool. I kept saying, where are the parents?
When John Avery Whitaker is the one chaperoning you, you don't need a parent.
Where we're going, we don't need
daddy.
parents.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the other thing, too, is like there has been a lot of good work done about how, including on this show, about how the style of James Dobson regarding parenting and just regarding male authority in general enables abusers.
Yep.
And if you want some wild fucking examples of that shit, go listen to Adventures in Odyssey. Well, listen to Wits Endless Summer. You don't want to listen to Adventures in Odyssey. But
let other people listen to it for you.
Exactly. That's what we're here for. I also co-host a show called Ill Conceived, which is a podcast about natalism. We are interested in the people who are very obsessed with declining birth rates and why they are so obsessed. I co-host that with my friend June, and we do episodes every other week.
Nice.
And now it is time for Brooke's Books.
Oh my God,
the part of
that
the show where
happened
Brooke
fast.
comes out to talk about books.
Yeah, books. We love to read them. Okay. I'm still reading Middlemarch. But it's going really well.
Good for you.
I'm almost to page 600. And there's only 800 pages.
Wow.
So we're really moving it along.
That's 3/4 of mental math serves. Okay.
That's right. My goal was end of April, and I think I'm going to make it, everybody.
Editing Jake popping in to let you know that between recording and releasing this episode, Brooke has indeed finished Middlemarch. Huzzah! Huzzah! And there is much rejoicing.
Also still reading Infinite Jest. That's going great.
Where are you in that?
I thought I had hit the most brutal parts of Infinite Jest.
I know, right?
I was wrong. I
still have not been able to get through, for what it's worth.
Okay,
This is the third time you've told me, I got through the most brutal part of this.
I definitely did not know what was in store. I realized that the book I bought in 2009. So that's how long I've been trying to read it. But I'm really doing it this time. I think I'm about 400 or 500 pages into it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. For anyone who's read it, I'm at the very extended AA meeting part.
Right.
Where you hear a lot of the backstory.
That's around the time I gave up.
Yeah. It's not fun. But, okay. Books I actually read. And if you're following me on Storygraph, you'll know.
At Brooke Can Read.
At Brooke Can Read.
Because, oh boy, can you.
I sure can. 20 books so far this year.
Wow.
Look at you.
Look at me knowing how to read. Do you know where this came from? I was an English major. I read a lot. And then there was like 10 years where I never read anything. And then I had a friend one time say, well, I know you don't really read. And I was like, what the fuck? And so now I send him screenshots of all. He's like, I get it. You read. I shouldn't have said that.
Spite is such a useful motivator.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, a little Scorpio, you do. Okay, so here's what I've been reading. I finished Mother Hunger.
Wow.
She's no longer hungry. She's fully sated. Is that
More
the word?
like fed mother, folks.
Mother 8.
Mother 8. Mother 8. I can't remember if I talked about this. I read the very controversial book Adult Braces by Lindy West.
Oh, yeah. How did you find it?
I understand the discourse.
Mhm.
There's a lot of discourse, and I am hearing it. And that's
You're valid.
yeah,
That's
and that's
so
what
good.
I'll say about that on the microphone, off the microphone. Then I read a really good book called Being Mortal. I am going to mispronounce this, but I'm going to try it. Atul Gawande, I think is how you pronounce it. It was great. It was written by a doctor who talks about end-of-life care and how we have sort of pathologized death as a concept instead of like encouraging people to live a meaningful end of life. And so it's depressing, but it's really good. It's about like nursing homes and assisted living and like why they are the way they are and what they should really be. So that was great. And I'm currently reading The Fellowship by an author who wrote The Fellowship.
J.R.R. Tolkien.
That's
Nope.
what I was thinking.
Nope. Sorry, everybody. This is more boring. It's The Fellowship, the untold story of Frank Lloyd Wright and the Taliesin Fellowship.
Ooh.
I'm obsessed with Frank Lloyd Wright, even though he wasn't a very nice guy.
His houses are very pretty, though.
Houses are very pretty. Not super functional, often fall down
Yep.
and light on fire, but very pretty. And this was written by Roger Friedland and Harold Zellman. It's very salacious. It's about his final marriage and his Taliesin house, which is scandaloso.
That's fabulous.
And that's what I have for Books today. Follow me some more on Storygraph, and you can see me finish books and put new books on the list. It's thrilling.
And this has been Brooke's Books. Tune in next time to hear Brooke say,
Books. They have pages or just sounds. If you're listening to them, they can take you to another place. They can give you another face. They can't really do that. but you can pretend they can.
They can.
Books are great for a woman and a man and non-binary people.
Mostly non-binary people.
beautiful.
Books. The end.
I adore you.
I'll never understand why, but thank you.
Today, we are continuing our series on the Focus on the Family film series. So, brief recap so far, the movies we've discussed in their order of publication are The Strong-Willed Child, number 1,
Ooh.
Shaping the Will Without Breaking the Spirit, The Strong-Willed Child, part 2,
I thought you said shaping ghouls.
Christian Fathering,
Oh, yeah.
and then today's movies.
Christian Fathering gave us,
And the cat's in the cradle.
It
which
did.
is one of my favorite.
That's a classic.
It was the best moment of my podcast life.
I listen to it all the time.
When you sneak it in, and I know it's just for me,
It's also
try.
for me.
Yes.
Like,
Okay, good.
I'm sort of the listener proxy at the moment. It's also for me and for all of us.
I don't know if anyone thinks it's funny, but every time it comes back, and I love it when you do it just for like 1 second, it kills me. It's so funny.
And the silver spoon.
Now, before we properly introduce our subject today, I need to take you on a tangent because it's become one of my favorite stories. We're covering 2 movies today because it's basically just one big lecture split into 2 parts.
You didn't tell me we were doing a double feature.
Yeah, double.
That's exciting.
That's being generous. It's what happened with The Strong-Willed Child.
Sure.
So I ordered the films online and on eBay, and usually they come as a pair, but apparently I got a version with just 1 lecture on it. And the other one was really hard to find. So I went back online and I couldn't find it anywhere, but then I found it on eBay. It was just listed and I was going for $50,
Jake.
which is bananas. Most of other Dobson's films cost me about $10 on eBay. And even that is a bit much, I think. So I politely messaged them saying, hey, I'm interested in this. I'll give you $25. That seems fair. And their counter offer, they raised the price to $449.
emails say? We will not take 25, but we will take 449.
To be fair, they then gave me a discount on that, so it was only $226.
You didn't pay $226, surely.
No. Wait,
No.
Did you?
No. No.
We're telling a story. I'm weaving a narrative here.
Okay. I'm going to walk out if you did, though.
I messaged them about it. I said, this is wildly unreasonable. I found other videos from the same series for like $10. And their response, but not this one. I try to be very polite and cordial to most people, even people who are difficult. But I don't know if you know this about me. I get petty fast.
You?
No.
No.
So I set up a Google alert for this, and the very next day it came on Amazon, and I bought it for $12.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
But then I responded back, letting them know that I bought it for $12, and I included a screenshot of the receipt, and then I responded back again when I got it physically in my hands.
Yeah.
And I ended with, "You are extorting people for a James Dobson VHS tape."
I love this.
They have not responded.
No, they're not going to. But, like, you can't take something to the cash register that costs $10 and then they're like, oh, you want this? Now it's
It's
$500.
$500.
Like, that's not how it works.
That's insane. Like the idea of bargaining that way is very funny to me.
Bargaining up. I won't give it to you for 20, but I'll give it to you for 400.
Because you tried to negotiate them down.
Yes!
So I love the idea of, oh, you want it for $40. How about $400?
So this was months ago, or this was about months ago. I checked last night. It's still up for sale. No one has bought it. For some reason. I can't imagine why.
Incredible.
So
How much is it going for now?
Same price.
Okay, great.
Have you put these videos up on the archive yet?
I've done Strong Little Child 1 and 2.
Wonderful.
It takes forever to upload it to
Yeah,
the
it does.
archive.
It does.
So it took me longer than expected. That is my goal, to digitize all of them.
Great.
So Brooke, Josh, let us find out what Dobson has to say that is worth as much as a fucking Nintendo Switch, apparently.
A Switch 2!
Here comes, this is iconic. Here we go. Josh
Get ready.
is witnessing the bag.
Get ready to hear Dobson say puberty a bunch of times.
No.
Because we're talking about how to prepare
Oh,
for
hell yeah.
adolescence.
Can you hand me that bad boy?
How to prepare for puberty.
So, some backstory in this that I'm very proud of. Josh and I have been talking, trying to come on the show for a long time, and this specifically was the subject matter that was requested for us to talk about.
Preparing for adolescence, yeah.
Yes. I don't think it was the same style. I think you were talking about the tapes, but
Right.
we got there. We did it.
Yeah, I think the one we've been talking about was like the Life on the Edge one.
Yeah.
But this is all the same thing. I remember when I myself was preparing for adolescence, reading the book version of this bad boy.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
When you were preparing for puberty?
Yes.
Puberty. It's all about puberty.
Oh, God.
Adolescence is a time when many young people experience devastating feelings of inferiority, intense peer pressure, and emotional turmoil. In this 2-part video seminar based on his Focus on the Family film series, Dr. James Dobson offers concrete suggestions to parents on how they can help their children avoid the identity crisis that leaves many young people feeling unloved and alienated from family and friends. He suggests that the topics of inferiority, conformity, love, and sexual development be discussed, and he provides information on how to talk about these subjects. Through open communication, Dr. Dobson says, you can help your child make the transition to adulthood without the painful experiences often associated with adolescence.
Oh, there you go.
That does feel like a spoiler because famously Dobson says a lot of words to say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And
What? That's shocking.
I know. So out of character. So that is basically the message of this film. Part 1, tape 1, is called The Origins of Self-Doubt.
Okay.
So the way that Dobson, I think, meant to structure these videos, this lecture, is basically a top 6 things you should talk to your soon-to-be teens about. Like BuzzFeed before is cool and then no longer cool.
So the target audience for this tape is not actual teenagers. It is parents of those who are soon to enter adolescence.
Correct.
Okay.
And this brings us to our first clip.
Great.
For at least 15 years, I have been recommending to parents and teachers that mothers take their daughters and fathers take their sons, although it can be reversed if circumstances warrant, if the relationship is such. Take them away for a weekend. If you can't afford to go away for a weekend, then go to a park for a day. But get away one-on-one. Leave the other children at home and take them in that period immediately prior to puberty. In a period between 10 and 12, 13, it could be a little after that, but it's better right before puberty. And if you watch the signs, you can see puberty coming like a freight train. You know, the growth spurt is one of the main things that you watch for. When your kids really start shooting up at that age, puberty's right around the corner. And when they get modest and when there's breast development and pubic hair, when you see these signs coming, it's getting late. Because in a few short months, it'll be very difficult to talk about some of the things that you need to talk about. Take them away on this trip for the day and tell them what's coming. See, we know that the teen years are uncomfortable. We know that that's a stressful time of life. We remember what it was for us. But it's amazing to me that we as parents keep that to ourselves and don't tell our kids. We don't share that with them. And when you do that, it's like sending them up the first dip of a roller coaster ride without telling them what waits at the top. And the trip down the other side can be harrowing for everybody on board. So I have recommended for a good while that you take this trip and in that day, tell them what to expect in the years that follow. All right, now what do you talk about on that day?
That's the framing. I always try to balance giving you the information that Dobson's saying, but also he talks for so long about nothing and the same thing. Like, when do I cut it down? It's always this battle. Anyway, so the rest of these videos, he does indeed go over. He does 6 pieces of advice of what to talk about your teens on these trips. Except he spends an hour on point 1. This entire lecture is just on the first point. And then 2 through 6 are done in the next video and not evenly spaced, which makes it feel like a mistake to me.
So when you say the first point, it's just talking to your child about puberty?
This is the first piece of advice.
Feelings of inferiority. Tell your preteen what feelings of inferiority are like. The feeling that nobody really likes me, and those who think they like me wouldn't if they really knew me. That I don't have any human worth, that everybody else is in the in group and I'm in the out group. Tell them that almost every teenager who ever lived struggles with these feelings. It's not just teenagers, people of all ages struggle with it, but it reaches a peak in early adolescence. That's what makes junior high so painful. Tell them that as they look around, it will look like they're the only ones that have these feelings, but that nearly everybody out there, even those laughing and joking and the football player and the homecoming queen, nearly all of them have great self-doubt during this time. Prepare your kids for this. You can help them see it as a temporary problem instead of a long-term lifestyle. And folks, I'm here to tell you it's going to happen to your kids.
I feel worried because this is actually fair.
I was going to say, I hate to hand it to the man, but he's spitting here.
But every time that happens, it takes some weird turn.
This is basically the entirety of this video. And to be honest, this first one, it's fine. Like, there are things that I don't like about it, and we'll talk about some of them. But he basically just talks about how, when you're a teenager, you feel very inferior and how that sets up people poorly for the rest of their lives. Which, in ways, is a fair point. He specifically says that people are made to feel inferior when they are made to feel ugly and or stupid. But he takes an hour to say that.
Oh, God.
I also think it's interesting considering, something that y'all talk about on the show a lot, which is that Dobson puts a tremendous premium on appearance and intellect.
Yes.
Does he go into great detail about what ugly looks like?
Yes, he does.
Does he really?
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
I don't, literally, it takes about like 10 minutes. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah.
I have pages of notes about it. So broadly, at least in this point in his career, if I had to map out Dobson's theory of psychology, according to him, inferiority would be at the center of it. According to Dobson, most problematic behavior stems from feelings of inferiority. He often cites the example of Lee Harvey Oswald, the guy who allegedly killed JFK.
Allegedly!
And Dobson says he was motivated to do so because he felt so unloved. He mentioned that a bunch of times in his books. It isn't given as an example here, which I find to be curious given how much he repeats himself. Here, he gives an example of a kid who stabbed another one for making fun of his appearance.
What?
I know, it just 0 to 10.
And that kid was Ted Bundy.
He does go on this diatribe, though.
Postpone adolescence till your kids get there. See, there is an entire movement that would come. Thank you. There's an entire movement now that would bring the teenage ethic and all that it means, all of that heterosexual competitiveness and the beauty and all of that down and sell it to your preschool kids, and especially your preschool girls. And at the forefront of this movement is the Barbie doll movement. Folks, I hate Barbie dolls. I have gotten, thank you. I've got a crusade going against Barbie dolls, probably because I have a house full of them, and a little late to be trying to get rid of them, and now they're kind of cast aside. But I didn't really realize the impact of those dolls until it was too late. But if I had it to do over again, I don't think I would allow them to come in the door if I had a choice. Primarily because Barbie sets up an image that will be impossible for any child to meet later on. See, you take a little 3-year-old girl who ought to be playing with teddy bears and Walt Disney kinds of things and the traditional memorabilia of childhood. And instead, here is Barbie, this perfect creature who does not have flaws. Barbie does not have acne on her face. Barbie does not have fat anywhere on her body. Her legs are long and thin. Her skin is airbrushed. Barbie's hair has body, whatever in the world that is. Barbie is busty. It's a phenomenon for a 13-year-old girl. Folks, there is not a flaw anywhere on Barbie's pink body except for a little statement on her bottom that says she's made in Hong Kong.
Okay, James.
Got him. Can I maybe go out over my skis here for a second?
Please.
I understand the Barbie discourse. I really do. I get that there are like fucking feminist objections to Barbie or whatever. I also think that the average kid is intelligent enough to understand that the little doll they're playing with is not the ideal of everything that they ought to be. Maybe I'm wrong about this. I don't know.
You're not wrong.
But when I was a kid, me and my sisters would fucking play with Barbie dolls, and the idea was never, oh, this is what I ought to be. It was just like, here's a fucking doll, and also I'm going to make her go, hey, I'm a country singer. Like that's what we did.
So Barbie had a lot of jobs, and that's what I remember playing. But let me tell you something.
Which jobs do you remember?
Astronaut,
Yep.
cowgirl,
Reverse cowgirl,
business Barbie. She could do it all, really. This is how little girls, at least in the 80s, were playing with their Barbies. Putting 2 Barbies in a bed together and making them smooch.
That's damn true.
That was one. I only had one Ken, because fuck Ken.
Who fucking wants a Ken?
And also I didn't look at Ken and think like, this is what a man should
No,
be. Like,
he's denuded, right?
Yeah.
He has no inherent real masculinity to him. He has no penis.
Yeah, he's got nothing. But the game I played was Barbies have a beauty pageant, and the only judge is Ken, and the winner gets to marry Ken, and the losers all got murdered. That was what I played. So, like, kids are weird. Also, teen girls, like, don't have pillow fights. My friends and I were laughing about, like, what were we actually talking about at slumber parties? That was not what boys thought.
Yeah, what were you talking about? Like, what was...
It's filthy, and I am not at liberty to repeat any of it. Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Girl code. I get it.
Girls are way nastier than boys, I think, sometimes.
I don't think that's necessarily true, but go off, Queen.
You would be shocked to hear that this diatribe also lasts about 5 minutes about how much you hate Barbie. His thing is that it's this ideal of beauty that kids can never reach. Also, it's about dating when kids shouldn't be focused on dating because famously 7-year-old girls are not thinking about
in
marriage.
all seriousness, like, I didn't think about any of that. I was like, she's pretty, whatever.
Like, I don't know, brother, maybe you're projecting your own sociological ideals on these plastic dolls?
Also, he had a very detailed, like, on her bottom and on her breast.
And also, like, these 13-year-old breasty teens.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I also want to point out the racism, the only flaws that she was made in Hong Kong.
Yeah, and her pink skin.
Yeah. The focus on inferiority is also why Dobson talks about spanking the way that he does. If inferiority is the main cause of psychopathology, then all you have to do is hit a kid in a way that doesn't make him feel inferior. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So name calling and spanking out of anger hurts a kid's feelings and self-worth. He says, accurately, spanking in this cold, calculated manner actually makes kids feel loved, he said erroneously. That's, I think, how he tries to square the circle. This is very first year of therapy school coded to me. He found like the first therapy model that made sense to him, and now it's the gospel truth. It's the only thing that matters. It explains all of human behavior. Inferiority can drive human behavior, especially in adolescence. That part is fine. It's the trying to use it to justify his entire worldview where things fall apart. Again, like with spanking. Even if you could protect the spirit of the child or whatever, that's not my only or even my biggest issue with it, right? It just completely misses the point.
Can I just say one more thing about Barbie?
Please.
Barbie was also just like the only doll you had that was a woman, right? And not like a baby or...
This is Polly Pocket erasure, but go off.
Well, I'm older than Polly Pocket. I think that came out later than me. But I remember like practicing adulthood with Barbie, but not necessarily like I have to have big boobs and like all this stuff, right? I would say Disney princesses are far more problematic than Barbie.
There's the thing about Disney princesses is that there is a narrative that is explicit there, whereas Barbie, as with any play toy, you can create your own narrative.
That's right.
This might feel weird to say, but I think because Barbie is more implicitly feminist, that's really the issue here, right? Dobson will say Barbie is so focused on dating and we don't want kids to think about that, but we don't want them to think about Disney princesses.
Yeah, their whole goal is to get married.
Exactly, right? So what he's saying is his issue is not actually his issue. It's the idea that Barbie can have agency, can have a job.
I think you're right.
That makes sense. I hate James Dobson.
The end. I often do my best to try to talk about Dobson like a professional peer because he was a psychologist. So in my preferred style of therapy, humanistic therapy, there are similar concepts to inferiority. Humanistic therapy says that we feel that our worth as a human is conditional. That stems from messages we receive implicitly or explicitly from society, friends, religion, etc. It's framed as you're only worthy of X if Y. It's literally called conditions of worth. So the thing I see a lot in gay men is you're only worthy of respect if you're masculine enough. That's where we get bottom shaming, mask for mask, etc. And ultimately in humanistic therapy, we say that ultimately this is untrue. This is a lie. You will never be masculine enough to fully satisfy those conditions. Real change happens from letting go of those expectations and feeling worthy of love, care, respect, dignity, just by existing.
And where I do a lot of conditions of worth work with my clients is around fatness and body size, which no one usually mentions anything about Barbie. They usually talk about their mother.
Sure.
I bet.
Where do you think Dobson draws first principles from as regards like ideals of what you ought to be, ought to look like, ought to whatever?
It's very neo-Freudian to me. He will explicitly like reject Freud, which I think was of the time, but a lot of it still feels the issues that I have with Freud beyond his weird focus on sex are the similar issues that I have to Dobson's psychological understanding, which is just, this is the thing that fully explains human behavior. It's very modernist as opposed to postmodernist, which is like, this is all kind of fake. So I think he's just like searching for this thing. And inferiority was in the like psychological conversation at the time. The school that I went to grad school with is named after a guy named Alfred Adler. His whole thing, he was a student of Freud. His whole thing was about inferiority. So like it was there.
And I think with Dobson specifically too, one thing that is very Freudian about him is that he very much is living in the shadow of his parents, especially his mother, but also his dad to a lesser extent.
Definitely.
His mom is in these videdos. We'll see some.
Yeah, she's yeah.
I think
Myrtle.
I think we'll see
She's sitting
some...
right next to Shirley.
Yeah, well, they are one chair apart.
Oh, that's right. They're literally one chair apart, and they never look at each other. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's wild.
Shirley is fierce, and there's still this kind of low key dig. Like, I don't like Barbies, but they're all over my house. Women are in charge of the girls. I'm like, that feels like a Shirley dig.
It sure does.
Yeah.
This whole tangent on humanistic therapy to say, I am down with talking about inferiority as a mechanism of explanation of human behavior, including psychopathology.
Sure.
It works sometimes. But also, that has very little impact when I work with clients with ADHD who just want to have more practical skills to manage their executive functioning, for instance.
What's that like?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
So Dobson's application of these ideas are both shallow and narrow. What I actually think actually grounds his ideas, the actual core of the message he gives, is the adherence to his personal hierarchy of society, the enforcement of the structure through dominance and violence. Spanking is the interpersonal family way of doing this. Later, we would see him create things like the Family Research Council, create a political movement to enact these things. I think that actually grounds his ideas of psychology. That's all for lecture 1.
Wow.
I feel like I put more thought into this than Dobson did, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, as usual. I didn't know I was going to get so heated about Barbie.
Same. I'm just gonna say it. I like Barbie. I think Barbie's great.
I like Barbie too.
I had a lot of fun when I was a kid. Again, it is a cherished. My sisters and I and my brother, we all played with Lego and Barbie and Playmobil, and like you can tell stories with different kinds of playthings.
Yes.
And different kinds of playthings enable you to tell stories in different ways, and there is nothing inherently wrong with that.
In my world, I had an older brother who was into G.I. Joe. I had Barbie. She had a Corvette. He had some tanks. We all went to war.
You make them fight, yeah.
Barbie was big, so
we did the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
We had an entire like shared universe where like the Cabbage Patch Dolls were one faction and they would go to war against some of the other action figures that we had, and I could dig into the whole lore of it, but the bottom line is when you are a kid, you're not actually thinking about things in this way unless it's being pushed upon you.
That's right.
This feels so much of what Dobson, how he talks about kids, is very an adult projecting adult stuff onto kids, which is ironically what he accuses the culture of doing, of trying to make them adults, but like he's coming at it from an adult worldview.
Barbie having hips and boobs and big hair when I was a kid.
Hair with body.
Oh, hair with body, whatever that is.
I have hair with body. James, you fuck.
To me, it just signaled adult woman. Like moms had boobs and teachers had boobs and they were adults. I never was thinking like shapeliness or desired body type. Like that wasn't a thing I knew about yet, I don't think. Yeah.
And even if you do know about it, to map it onto Barbie, I'm sorry, but that's deviant behavior. It just is. James Dobson's a sick fuck. I think we all agree on this.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like him.
I mean, he's kind of hot, like in fairness.
Those sweater vests do get me going.
The sideburns?
The way that he's balding and in denial about it really
That's why he's so obsessed with the fucking hair with volume, hair with body, right? He's upset that his own hair doesn't have it.
Well, you see how he tries to distance himself from anything that's like girl coded.
Yeah.
Right? Like
whatever
hair,
that is.
Whatever hair is, whatever dolls are.
Shut the fuck up, you big queen. Like, figure it out, brother.
Video 1, lecture 1 was the video that I was missing. That's the one they wanted me to pay $500 for.
Right.
For just feelings of inferiority?
Yes. The second video is so much funnier, and we're going to talk about it.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad you didn't pay $500 for that.
Me too. So part 2, like I said, is much more interesting to me. It is subtitled Peer Pressure and Sexuality.
Ooh. Is this where people bully you into being gay? Is that what happens?
That's not too far off.
Let's go.
The reason that the video that I got, the first one, came just as by itself is because it came with study guides.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to learn how to prepare for adolescence.
How to prepare for puberty.
Wait, we both, are these different? Are these different or are they the...
So, one is for people who are leading the discussion.
Oh, I have the
And guess what the
guide.
difference is? About 2 pages where it says, here's how you lead a discussion. Otherwise, the same.
Can we facilitate a group discussion here real quick?
Yes.
I would say that to the end because there's a reveal that I want to
Wonderful.
get to you. But you can keep those. Those are gifts.
You can keep them both because I don't allow these things into my home.
Part 2 is the other 5 pieces of advice to tell your kid on that journey. But they're also not distributed evenly. So part 1, feelings of inferiority are normal and will get better with time. 2, he just writes the word conformity, which is linked to inferiority. It's that peer pressure part. This is not the most important part, but he tells my favorite Dobson story in it.
Choirs are models of conformity. Maybe you read in the paper about a teen choir down in Miami that was singing the Battle Hymn of the Republic. And that's an emotional song, and boy, they were going at it. And they were singing Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. And they got so excited that one of the little girls down in the front row really got carried away. It's kind of warm, and she passed out. Boom, hit the deck over here. Well, the director had put a lot into the program, and he didn't want to blow the whole show. So he just went on directing, and they gathered around this little girl and tried to get her back together. But the possibility of fainting had been planted in 67 other impressionable heads. And it wasn't about 2 minutes till a kid blanched and buckled and disappeared from the back row. Now you got a trend going, see? You got two. Number 3, in a few seconds, fell off this end of the risers. And it started to spread through that crowd. And by the time they reached the final, His Truth is Marching On, 20 kids lay flat on the ground. That's called conformity.
This is such a fucking pastor story. It didn't happen like that, James. It didn't happen like that.
None of this happened.
Honestly, something very similar to this happened to me when I was singing in a choir when I was around that age. But it was 2 kids.
And it's not because they got so nervous, it's because they locked their knees.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
It's not a conformity thing.
Can you please take a screenshot of James Dobson with just the words ugly, dumb behind it?
Make it the episode art.
Yeah.
Brooke, keep
Yes.
the phone because we're going to go to the next clip in just a second.
Okay.
Number 3 is the meaning of love. It's a thing that he talks about all the time. It's not a feeling, it's a commitment. It must be tough, of course, to survive.
It must be tough.
What I've talked about so many times.
Love must be tough.
It must be tough. The origin of love? That's the origin of love?
Yes, Hedwig was totally wrong.
Hell yeah.
He also makes this joke.
Feelings come and go and come and go. Well, what holds you steady in a genuine love relationship is not the feeling. That's a caboose on the train. See, the feeling goes like this. If you depend on the feeling, then you're going to get a divorce about every 28 days, I would suggest.
Which I think is a period joke.
Ew, you're right.
Yeah. You're right.
It is.
Fuck me.
Ew.
Gross.
It just throws it in there. And
Oh God, I didn't even catch that.
That's why they pan to a man laughing. Yeah.
Oh, and looking embarrassed.
makes me so upset.
This guy kind of looks like James Dobson. That is so annoying. I can't even stand it.
Number 4 on this list, planning. Let kids know what to expect in puberty, especially a growing desire for independence. At the end, Bob says, you can't reason with kids. Conflict is inevitable. Live through it and hope for the 20s. Sure, whatever. Number 5 is the search for identity. Clip 6 is the entirety of what he says about it. Let's watch together.
Number 5, the search for identity. And I'm going to just leave that completely. Just let it stand right where it is in the interest of time and talk to you about a more important one.
What the fuck?
Wait, first just notice that number 2 is being written sideways down the side of the board. like Idiocracy.
The chalkboard. I love the chalkboard.
You want to talk about shit that makes me mad? Like, well, the search for identity, we're just going to not worry about it.
It's like the defining aspect.
Nothing!
It's like the defining aspect of
It's like... That's what adolescence is you are becoming a fucking person!
That is wild.
Did I mention that I hate James Dobson?
That is because what's he gonna say about it, really?
Well, it's shit like that makes me think that the way that he structured it was a mistake. I think he meant to do it more evenly. He literally says, in the interest of time, we're not going to touch on the most important part. From the start of video 2 until that clip, the end of that clip, was 18 minutes.
Wow.
He recapped 4 of these points so fast, which I'm not complaining. I'm glad he did it fast. There's less bullshit for us to sort through. It's just disproportionate. We're brushing past these points because Dobson does, and also because I hate him and this sucks. 1/3 of this video speed runs 4 points. The rest of the video is about 0.6, the very last one. And it is this.
I don't know whether you can read that mess or not. That says puberty. Talk to your kids about the meaning of puberty. Now, by that, I'm not referring to the birds and bees and all that stuff, because your kids probably know that better than you do by this point. They have so much information available to them now that I didn't have when I was a kid, and you probably didn't either. Shirley and I were watching television the other day with our kids where a actual filmed birth was shown at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on television, and we watched it with our kids. We thought that would be constructive for them, and they, I think, benefited a great deal from it. I would have never been able to see that. That would never have been put on television when I was a kid. I was interested in Ryan's reaction to it because it really involved quite a bit of blood and a lot of things that shocked him quite a bit, and he just sat, didn't say anything. Just sat with his eyes glued on the set. And when it was all through, he gave a one-word assessment. He said, "Sick."
Oh, fuck yeah,
Ooh,
dude.
look, there's Shirley.
Oh, Cheryl is...
Ooh.
I believe you mean there's Emma Thompson and her
Oh, yeah, that's Emma
Oscar-winning role. Dobson is surprisingly sex positive, at least relative, right, to what might be expected. A Birth was filmed and we watched it as a family.
It's so weird.
Is weird, but it's also way more open to looking at a vagina than I thought was possible for James Dobson. And when he says things like, kids probably know more about the birds and the bees than you do, it isn't laced with the cultural bullshit that we might expect or would later show up. He just kind of said it as a statement of fact. He's not criticizing it at all.
Now, Ryan, he loved looking at that pussy. He thought it was fantastic.
I think he was gay. He said it was sick.
Yeah. James Dobson, sex positive king. Sex therapist.
But actually, most of the section is this.
Oh, no.
Now, folks, I'm going to wade fearlessly at this moment into one of the most delicate and emotionally powerful words in the English language. We talked about one this morning, the word ugly. We're going to talk about one now that's at least to the power of 5 greater than that one. Talk to your pre-adolescent boys especially about the meaning of masturbation, because I am here to tell you it is going to happen. It's going to happen. There is no question about it. The research on this subject is crystal clear. Something between 95 and 98% of the boys masturbate at some time or another during adolescence, and the rest lie, I'm told. And something over 50% of the girls do, but usually with less regularity and usually with less intensity.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
With less intensity? How does he know that?
I watched.
He just doesn't know.
So, a couple things. I need you to know I screamed so loud. And the rest of this video is James Dobson talking about beating your meat.
Now they're calling it a lot of different things. They're calling it jerking the gherkin. They're calling it flogging the hog.
If James Dobson were to list all the different ways, he would list at least 10.
You know it?
I love, show me the research that girls masturbate with less intensity and where is he getting this?
I have questions too.
Yeah.
Again, though, he's surprisingly okay with it, right? He says it's inevitable, but not in this moral condemnation way. He actually says that it's not super harmful.
Do you love James Dobson now? What's going on?
I do.
Now let me discuss it first of all from a medical, psychological point of view, and then let's look at it very quickly from the moral aspect. First of all, research on this subject is clear, just almost no controversy, and that's unusual in any scientific field, that masturbation is harmful in only 3 circumstances that I know of. Only 3 times that I know of.
Pop quiz, what are those
harmful.
3 situations?
Oh, let's
Pornos.
fix that, Josh.
Pornos?
Porno's gotta be
Watching
number 1,
porn.
right?
Interesting, okay.
Watching porn.
When it's fucking habitual.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting, okay.
Chronic, too much masturbation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As nebulously defined.
I honestly can't even think of what it would be. Oh, you're laughing. What is it?
Gay.
Oh, when it's gay.
You're kind of 1 for 3.
Oh, no. What was it?
Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
1, when it continues into marriage.
Oh.
Oh.
So he thinks of masturbation as a very normal adolescent activity. But once you're in marriage, your main sexual release should be through sex. He talks about the Bible advocating against defrauding one's spouse, which is a very loaded term. It's a sexual doctrine kind of at the cornerstone of purity culture. According to purity culture, if you have sex with anyone else, if you do whatever, you're defrauding them.
I've heard this, I think, from Duggars.
It's real gross.
Defrauding or defrotting?
I'm not sure. I wrote down defrauding, but I'd have to check.
Because I love a little frottage.
I agree. That'd be very funny. I don't know how one would defraud.
And we're back to heated rivalry.
How would you defraud? You gotta like...
Very carefully, I think.
Just stand up.
Number one is when it continues into marriage, which is weird, and I think there's problematic stuff with it, but okay, whatever. Number 2 is going to be clip 10.
You know James Dobson is not just getting it from Shirley. He's also getting it from righty and lefty.
It is harmful when it occurs in a group. And the reason I think it's harmful when it occurs in a group is because sexual energy in early adolescence is not very well fixed. Freud called it a homosexual phase. I don't believe that. But there is a time when the object of sexual interest is not well fixed on the opposite sex. And I'm convinced that some homosexuality, I can't prove this, this is my belief, hypothesis. Some homosexuality begins by perhaps roommates or at campmates or something of that nature catching each other, masturbating during that time, and making a group thing out of it. And then it's not very difficult to rechannel sexual energy. See, this is why homosexuality spreads. This is why it's not a constant from society to society. It varies. There are some societies where it's much greater. And one of the reasons is that there's a time in a boy's life when he can be turned in that regard. And so I see that as harmful.
Okay, so I'm going to say something here that is pure speculation.
Yes.
But he's dead, so who fucking cares? He absolutely had a formative gay experience.
He absolutely had a formative gay
He
experience.
must have.
Yes.
In my notes, this clip, I titled it, okay, so he's bi, yeah?
Gotta be.
That's orgies.
Or if not necessarily even bi, he at least fucking fooled around a little bit when he was younger. And that anecdote about like, oh, maybe you had a boy you were with at camp. That's way too fucking specific.
Maybe you were at Boy Scout camp. And
That's
maybe
way too
you
specific.
were sharing a camp with your best friend's older brother, and maybe he got naked, and it was very
First of
confusing for you.
all,
But
I
at the
think
moment...
like young boys masturbating together doesn't make them gay.
No!
Second of all, if they are attracted to one another and it becomes gay, it's because they're gay.
Yes!
It's not making them gay. Also, another place where I think maybe worry about the girls more. That shit, there's a lot of slumber party shit that goes on.
Well, it's the thing too of if you are in an environment where you grew up with your sexuality suppressed in the way that this world does, if you are interested in trying to explore those parts of yourself in adolescence, you're going to be doing it with other guys because doing it with girls is wrong.
Right.
And doing it with other guys is like maybe also kind of wrong, but you're just fooling around. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not saying I have any personal experience with this or anything. You know?
Well, I've never masturbated, so it's all theoretical.
Right.
But
All theoretical. Just like James Dobson.
it is a little bit of a tired trope to say homophobes are just homophobic because they're secretly gay or bi and it's projecting it onto other people. But the more I hear Dobson talk, the more I'm like, that's what's going on here.
I've said it a million times and I'll say it again. You don't have this much interest in homosexuals unless there's something going on in the back of your brain.
And my working hypothesis is that he was bi. He married Shirley, was able to live a mostly heterosexual lifestyle, and counted that as conversion therapy success.
But every so often, you know, our guy is out at tennis, and he sees a nice looking fella in those shorts.
A little twink in the short shorts.
Come on, brother.
That's wild. I'm going to be thinking about that for a while. I also screamed at that and had to run out and tell boyfriend at his computer while he was playing games with his friends. And I don't know what his friends heard, but I'm sure they heard some of it. The third instance where Dobson says masturbation is...
Wait, recap. In a group and into marriage.
Yes.
This got to be porn, right?
Number 3?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Porno. Gotta be.
Incorrect.
Really?
Whoa.
When it is associated with a lot of guilt.
What?
Which He's correct. That is
He's not wrong.
That is actually the time that masturbation is harmful. So, to be very sex therapist about it for a second, the reason that the labels of like sex addiction, one of the reasons that labels of like sex addiction or porn addiction aren't real, treating it with an addiction model is unhelpful. But in part is because the main determining factor for how problematic someone's porn or masturbation use is not quantifiable. Right? Two people can watch the same amount of porn in the same way, and one person can have a crippling problem with it, and the person can be fine. The determining factor is how bad they feel about it. Mm-hmm. If it is just part of your understanding of a healthy sex life, you're more likely just going to be fine. If you have a lot of guilt about it, especially a lot of religious guilt about it, that's when it becomes problematic and can really take a toll on one's psychological health and also can lead to problematic behaviors elsewhere. He's right there.
Yeah. You know you're about to get so much hate mail for saying that sex addiction's not real.
In the psychological literature, that's pretty uncontroversial.
It's not in the DSM.
No, it's
true.
ASECT, which is the leading organization in America for sex therapists, has multiple points about why the term sex addiction isn't real. The most up-to-date working model for treating problematic sexual behavior is out-of-control sexual behavior.
Yeah.
Because that's more about a person's felt experience of it being out of control. You can have a problematic relationship with sexuality.
Of course.
But calling it addiction is not clinically the correct way to view it.
Good job.
Anyway.
Hate mail avoided.
Great job.
We're going to get some. I don't care. I care about being right, not about people being mad at me.
I'm not going to see it, so who cares?
He spends a lot of time on this point about it being related to guilt and shame and how that's the problematic part.
It's my experience that children within the evangelical community especially suffer unimaginable guilt over their absolute inability to control this urge. And I use those words advisedly. For many boys, it is absolutely uncontrollable. And here's the process that takes place. And I've seen this too many times, and I feel it very deeply, and I know it's dangerous to bring up a controversial subject like this and all of that, but I feel an obligation to do so. The process is that a boy who loves God, and a girl too, this is not exclusively a masculine thing, will go before the Lord and say, Lord, I've done this horrible thing. Please forgive me. It's awful. I'm a wretched sinner. Please make me clean again. And there is that oneness and that closeness that comes when God and man are united in that beautiful moment. And he says, I will never do that again, Lord. And he's never been more determined. 2 or 3 minutes in a moment of weakness, it's just too available, and it happens again. And then, folks, what do you say to God when you've just broken your 300th promise to him? What do you say when you go back before him? Guilt enormous, eternal damnation hanging over you. This is an incredible pain that kids go through. And I've seen them suffer with it. And why I tell you about it is I've seen us lose them to God in the church because that pain is so great they got to do something to get away from it. And frequently they will convince themselves of atheism or who knows what just to escape that pain. Had a chaplain of a large Christian college who told me on the basis of his counseling, which he does all day long, that it is his belief that most of the spiritual despair that occurs among the men of his campus result from their inability to gain victory over this habit. It is all-encompassing.
Okay, first of all, the chalkboard is looking like a serial killer.
I love the chalkboard.
It's so
It
good.
sucks that this is an audio medium because the ways that the chalkboard devolves is incredible to me.
I want to paint a portrait for the listener
Yes,
right now of this
yes.
chalkboard. So the dimensions of it are overwhelming, but even more overwhelming is the gigantic fucking text above it that says focus on the family.
Mm-hmm.
Which I love. I love that.
I do too. Now, I'm assuming you've both watched The Price is Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so imagine the marquee from The Price is Right, but it's like 3 times bigger. That's what we're looking at here.
And the handwriting is serial killer style.
Correct.
Some of it is going sideways down the chalkboard
In all caps.
in all caps. And then there's like squiggles through it because those were used to demonstrate.
It does not erase well.
It does not erase.
He finds out in real time that it doesn't erase well either.
So the previous writing is underneath it.
They are recording this shit for distribution. You'd think that they could prepare. Sorry, I have a background in instructional design, and this makes me so angry.
I love it so much. It represents my mental health while watching it, just slowly.
Yeah, true.
I also love that it's just like random words.
Yes.
Like dumb.
Yeah.
Inferiority.
Puberty.
Identity. Puberty.
He's so tedious, you know? I just want to get real petty. Can I get petty on this show?
Please.
Is that okay if I get petty?
Absolutely.
I think that what irritates me, I mean, there's a lot of things that irritate me about this man. Title of the show, obviously. But like, when you watch something like this, one of the things that jumps out at you is how lazy he is in his prep.
Yes.
And you would think that if you are taping a lecture for national distribution
Based on books that you have written,
you would fucking prepare your goddamn materials.
No, he's just gonna wing it.
give it a run through a couple times, make sure the timing's right. About the substance, I think masturbation is actually a really important part of most people's sex lives. It is often a key part of my work as a sex therapist, your relationship with your own sexuality. Mm-hmm. Giving yourself pleasure for pleasure's sake can be a very important thing, especially if one is deconstructing from things like purity culture.
For sure.
And there are a number of important health benefits from engaging in masturbation in a regular, healthy way. Keep that in mind when I say this next part. It makes me so fucking angry that Dobson has so much empathy for boys who turn away from God just so that they can nut.
Yes. Yes. And sort of parallel to that, he genuinely does not think about the girls at all.
Correct.
Right.
Because he cannot conceive of girls, females, women, whatever, as sexual beings,
right,
other than the extent to which they can be pursued by males.
Through the lens of dominance.
That's right.
Yes.
Didn't we, at some point on this podcast, read stuff about how you're not supposed to masturbate at all?
Yeah, that was from our purity culture series. I can agree that the evangelical prohibition on masturbation, which has transformed into weird things like no-fap, semen retention, alpha male bullshit of the Andrews Tates of the world, is dumb and harmful. It stems from this evangelical world. I'm working on an episode right now about tying together Dobson and Andrew Tate.
Great.
I look forward to that.
I think I'm sick that day.
Kevin.
You can get me in remotely if you need.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah. Get Karina in for that one.
All those things that he's describing about how it just feels, you can't escape it when you're a teenage boy to jerk it. That can be applied to being queer and in ways that are so much more connected to one's soul, to your very essence. Josh, you brought this up a couple of times, but because it is not an experience that he has had, he has no empathy for it. And because he's a bigot, he won't talk about the studies about being queer and the fact that the overwhelming psychological evidence is that being gay is fucking whatever, dude.
Yeah. Which is not, even at that time, obviously being queer was stigmatized, but in the actual field of psychology,
Yes.
that was not a novel observation that it's kind of fucking okay.
At this point, he had quit the APA because they no longer classified homosexuality as psychological illness because the research about it was so overwhelming.
Right.
He's so cherry-picking of the studies that he doesn't even cite, just kind of gestures vaguely towards, and it's based on what he can relate to.
Yes. And it's that research, too. Like, this is rigorous, peer-reviewed research, decades worth of it, and recommendations that are coming out of that research and being applied to the field more broadly. But he refuses to take in any information that does not fit his ideological priors. It's fucking infuriating.
I said that Dobson is relatively sex positive, which is true, but just saying that, I fear, is far too simple. He goes out of his way multiple times to assure the audience of the moral neutrality of cranking their respective hogs, which is a sentence I'm very proud of.
There is no direct reference to it in the Bible, and so we have to be cautious in saying this is right or this is wrong. And I say again before the Lord right now, the last thing on earth that I want is to someday stand before God and be accused of misleading His people all over this country. Lord, I pray that that will not happen. And I still don't know the answer. All I can tell you is what I think. And I throw it out with great cautiousness because I don't feel I have a right to withhold that from you. You take it or leave it. Please do not go out of here and say, I said what God said, and that I'm speaking for God because I don't know. I can only tell you the conclusion that I have drawn. I see masturbation as an adolescent experience that is almost inevitable, and I don't believe that a loving God would put a raging fire in an immature kid and then damn him for doing what he can't help doing.
This is a striking amount of hedging
Yes.
coming from Dobson.
I've never heard him give this many caveats to anything.
Also,
Yeah.
that does not align with a lot of other things that he thinks.
No!
Right.
Like all of homosexuality.
Yes.
Like, why would God put this thing in
A burning
a person?
fire that is uncontrollable.
Yeah.
I think the way he squares the circle, though, is he says it's something that only happens during adolescence.
Which is
Yes.
so ridiculous. Every man in this audience is like, "Rrr."
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Including I'm sorry. I refuse to believe that any person is not masturbating, like, into adulthood. I mean, maybe some people don't want to, but, like, I don't think anyone's like, you know what? Now that I'm an adult, I've outgrown masturbation.
Yeah, and it doesn't fucking matter what your gender is or your biological equipment, right?
Right.
Like, it just feels good. You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
There are also asexual people who also masturbate, right?
Right.
There are some people around the edges for various reasons, asexuality, purity, pledges, or whatever, who don't masturbate. But,
Right.
like, throughout the lifetime, pretty much everyone masturbates.
It's so ridiculous to think that it is a purely adolescent thing to do. It's so weird.
Because, and you were saying this, you know he's jerking it.
Of course.
James, old Jimmy Dobbs.
Jimmy Dob.
He's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's jimmying his Dobson.
You know he is jimmying that Dobson most evenings, right, Brooke?
That's right. Yeah. That's right, Josh.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Brooke. That's-
Yeah. He's shaking that bang.
Let's drink to that.
Let's drink. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to jimmying that Dobson.
I have so many thoughts about this section, about tape 2, about this whole bit about masturbation.
Yeah.
As we talked about, it fits into a pattern. Dobson cares a lot about nuance and science for issues that he can relate to, like wanting to jerk it, or being a boy in school, which to me helps explain why he was relatively informative about ADHD in the strong-willed child, even if the application is problematic. He doesn't view him being physically assaulted as a kid by his mom as a problem. Therefore, anyone who complains about it is just being strong-willed.
Yeah. That's the only way he can make sense of his own narrative at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's also so notable to me that Dobson didn't become the pro-masturbation guy after this, right? I don't think I've ever seen him bring this point up, which I think I would know because he repeats himself all the fucking time. He talked ad nauseum about spanking, about why gays are bad, about physical discipline, created fucking purity culture about it. But this caveat about, like, but actually masturbations can be okay, never gets brought up again.
Interesting.
I have a few theories about this because this is something I've thought about as well, right?
Mhm.
I read Preparing for Adolescence as a kid. I feel like this is my time to weigh in.
Please.
This is Josh's personal corner. And I remember reading about all of the different things that he laid out and being kind of surprised at the idea that this thing, this achievement of physical pleasure, is something that is not out of bounds necessarily, which was different from everything else I'd been reading. But when it comes to his oeuvre more broadly, yes, he does talk about adolescence, but it's in the context of how a disciplinary upbringing, a strict disciplinary upbringing, can lead to a fruitful adolescence for a kid. He doesn't normally talk directly to teenagers. When he does, it's fucking weird. And I
Yeah.
know that you've watched some of that stuff.
Yeah, I have all of the Life on the Edge series.
Life on the Edge, exactly. Honestly, in this video, I see him saying this stuff to this audience. I see the audience's very clear discomfort with the subject matter. I think that he made a cost-benefit calculation for what is going to best expand his own brand, both for him personally as well as the brand of Focus on the Family more broadly. And he decided, I need to soft walk this shit from here on out.
This is also before he was part of the Mies Commission, which did a
Yes.
whole report about why porn is bad, which, unfortunately, Brooke, we will talk about.
But also, if you'd like to hear more about the Mies Commission report, you can listen to the Worst of All Possible Worlds episode that we did with you, Jake.
Yes, we talked about it in our interview about Ted Bundy.
That's right.
I think you're right. He's so hedgy about this. He's like, this isn't God. This is just me.
Yeah.
And I might be wrong.
I'm just a little
this
guy.
This is a theory. I'm just a little man. He never does that. He's usually like, I am speaking with God about this.
Particularly because his whole thing, and I'm sure I can't remember if you've talked about this on the show or not, but like he's got this ideal, the Nazarene ideal of Christian perfectionism, which is that with time he becomes more perfect himself, literally.
Yeah, in the very first episode.
It is very weird for him at this point, because this is what, 85?
I think this is in the 70s. I think this is 78.
He's already doing pretty fucking well. This is pre-Bundy, obviously. But he's got the ear of a lot of evangelicals.
Mm-hmm.
For him to consider himself less than perfect on this idea, that's really interesting to me.
Mm-hmm. We're coming to our last part, part 3. What does all of this say about James Dobson?
That he's a turd.
Yes. I want to talk, though, not just about this video. I want to talk about this film series. This was called the Focus on the Family film series.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it is the culmination of the first chapter of this career. After these videos, he quit his academic job and went full-time into Focus on the Family.
Right.
So, just again, as a recap, we got Strong-Willed Child 1 and 2, Christian Fathering, Preparing for Adolescence, both inferiority and masturbation, and, spoiler alert, the last 2 videos are What Wives Wish Their Husbands Knew About.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, I can't wait to go back there.
So,
I have that book, by the way. I have the paperback.
Wait, I'm going to see if I can say it. What wives wish their husbands knew about women's
Nailed it.
rights?
No,
No.
just
doesn't
women.
care about the rights, but yes, close.
Just women.
This as a collection, why these videos? What does this say about Dobson? I have some thoughts here, but really just want to turn it over to you. Like, what do these 7 videos reveal, say about James Dobson?
I mean, the first thing is the most obvious thing. He does not understand the world outside of himself and his own body, right? Like he just doesn't. And not only does he not understand it, he can't even conceive of it. And I think that's because he is fundamentally a narcissist and does not care to understand the broader world.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Thank you.
It's a lot of just like parenting control.
Yeah.
Right? Like how to control these outrageous kids. It really makes me feel like he was very overwhelmed by parenthood and fatherhood. Right?
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for me now to watch stuff like this and not think about, oh, where am I in my life's journey? And how does that compare with where he was at in his life's journey?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I unfortunately feel a degree of empathy for this man. And I shouldn't, but I fucking do. What I see is a man who is subjected to a tremendous amount of pain, emotional and physical and psychological, who took that pain, integrated it into his own narrative without consciously understanding he was doing that, and then decided he ought to spin up for a lot of other people a narrative that would apply that control, the control that he experienced as a child, onto these parents. It's so ironic, I guess, to be a psychologist, and a trained psychologist, a practiced psychologist who understood a lot of shit from academic first principles, and not apply that to yourself. That's fucking crazy to me. To lack any form of introspection whatsoever and say, my entire internal world is the world that exists. I fundamentally don't understand how you could do that.
Yeah, he sucks. You're right though. There's never any self-awareness. There's never any like maybe I'm wrong.
Except about masturbation.
Except about
Right.
masturbation.
And I don't say that to be flippant as like a
No.
hot joke. I think that's such an interesting
Yes.
exception.
But is that a hedge because he is unsure? Or is it a hedge because reputationally he is concerned about saying it full-throatedly?
2 related thoughts to that. I cut it from, because there's so many clips and they're all so long and they're all nonsense. A big part of the reason why he says he thinks masturbation is okay is because his dad told him that masturbation is okay.
Really?
It comes from personal experience. Yeah. I think one of the notes I had about what these series tells us is that he cares a lot about the brand. The branding, the nice set, the focus on the family. He made this film series the same as his organization.
Again, I cannot emphasize to the listener just how big that logo is.
I have a poster at home of a church that did a screening of these videos, and the biggest words are "focus on the family" and James Dobson.
Yeah,
like it is that brand. And so, as much as he again, I cut this clip. At one point, he says, "Like, I don't want to sell you things."
Yes, he does.
Throw it back in there in the edit. Let the listeners hear it.
This Preparing for Adolescence series, I've been recommending for a long time, and every time I recommended it, parents said the same thing. Tell me a little more about what to say. And folks, you'll notice that I do not recommend and tell you about my books and tapes and things. I'm not here to sell you anything. Really am not. I don't need that, and you don't need it either, and that's not what brought me here. However, if we do run short of books back there, there is a semi-trailer truck parked out in there. But let me just say about Preparing for Adolescence that album has been the best-selling album in the Christian community for some time now, it's my understanding, where I talk directly to the kids about these subjects. And there's not a lot of smoke and fires, just quiet conversations, and it led to a book by the same name. And I tell you that simply because I think it may help you get these messages across to your kids.
He wants to play this down-to-earth guy.
Right.
But not because that's how he feels, but because that sells.
Yes.
I also think that he just fundamentally understands that masturbation is definitely going to happen for especially, I guess, adolescent boys.
Because it happened to him.
Right.
And so he's like, I'm going to lose everybody if I say you're not allowed to do this, right? Because I understand this is fundamentally for sure going to happen. So now I'm going to create this caveat around it.
And maybe it's just because I mean, unlike both of you, I'm not a professional therapist. I am a professional podcaster, which is a fucked up thing to be. But I am always thinking about the nature of the performed persona as opposed to the actual person.
Yes.
And Dobson is always acutely aware of his persona at all times. Like, more than most people of his generation. You always have to wonder, to what extent is he calculating so that people will receive his persona favorably, you know?
That is an excellent segue. We have one final clip.
Wow!
Yes.
Have you ever had your kids say to you, I didn't ask to be born? Have you ever heard that one before? Johnny Carson was talking about that. I get a world of information from Johnny Carson. He said his kid said that to him, and he said, it's a good thing you didn't ask. I'd have said no. I watch a crowd very carefully. I really do. I see everything that goes on in a crowd this size. You may not believe it, but I do. And there are two things that I pay attention to in a crowd. There are two bits of information that I get from you that let me know whether you're with me or not, or whether you're bored with what I'm doing. Because if you're bored, then I might as well be doing something else. The first is yawns. I see every yawn that goes on. And a yawn is an abomination to a speaker. You cannot yawn and listen to me at the same time. It's impossible. And I hate yawns, and I want to tell you, there were 4 of you that yawned this morning, and I have all 4 of your names.
He's not joking. I know that he's not joking. Like, truly, as a theater practitioner, that's some real fucking shit that Dobbs said.
I mean, the episode hasn't aired yet. You haven't been privy to this part, but in the new Strong-Willed Child, Dobson has a little sentence. He says, like, I love dogs. What are cats for? LOL. And then at the end of that chapter, he says, by the way, I was joking about cats. Please don't write to criticize me. I cannot stand to be criticized.
Yeah. His ego is so fucking fragile.
Oh, yeah.
My professional diagnosis is that he's a whiny little bitch.
Yeah.
That first clip, though, puts things into perspective for me. More than anything, Dobson is a bad comedian.
Yes.
He's a Timu Johnny Carson.
You're right.
His folksy anecdotes are more befitting of a stand-up comic than a psychological professional.
Do you think he thinks he's like a Carson?
I think he tries to be.
When I was a teenager, one of the things that my family did one summer was we went down to Jonesboro, Tennessee for the National Storytelling Festival.
Ooh.
And if you like storytelling, like classic oral tradition shit, you gotta go. It's like pure Americana, in parentheses, positive. And the people who tell stories there are people who know how to work a crowd for the purpose of advancing not a propagandistic narrative, but a narrative of mutual understanding, you know? Mm-hmm. That's what he wants to be, I think, is not a comedian, but a storyteller. He's not.
No, not a good one.
His stories are fucking dog dick.
But even that whole folksy thing feels like a put on.
It's forced.
Yeah.
It's forced as hell.
Yeah.
When he was recording this, he lived in Los Angeles.
Okay. Okay, but I do have a little Johnny Carson side quest for everybody.
Yes.
If you ever want to cry, you should YouTube Johnny Carson, Jimmy Stewart, where Jimmy Stewart goes on Johnny Carson and reads a poem about his dog.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you'll be a mess at the end. It's so good. And everyone, including Johnny Carson, thinks it's going to be funny, and then it is not funny.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Yeah, you should watch it.
I mean, not to psychoanalyze a dead man, but I'm about to.
Mm-hmm.
When you are somebody who understands rhetoric, which he clearly does, there is something about having the audience in the fucking palm of your hand that's incredible. There is nothing like being an individual person, just you, out there on the stage, telling people about something and shaping a narrative that is going to cause everybody in the crowd to reconceptualize how they understand the world.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what a fucking psychologist ought to be doing.
No.
No.
Not at all. My next note is psychology is always secondary, if not tertiary or more.
Mm-hmm.
The psychology is the appeal to authority to get you to listen to him.
Yes.
So that's not at all where any of his information is based from.
Right.
More than anything, I see his entire life's work as desperately seeking validation of his ideas and insecurities.
Yes.
And I don't mean that as some like random insult. There's a lot of insults in this show. But I actually think that undergirds this entire project. Because at the end of the day, it isn't about protecting the family or making America great again or whatever. It's about his ego, protecting his ego. The need for control sociopolitically is directly connected for his felt need to control his own relationships. Again, I just referenced this. He said, I can't stand to be criticized. So he created an entire political movement where his world is taken as gospel.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
And surrounded by other people who were like, fuck yeah, right? Pat Robertson, Jerry Falwell, Tony Perkins, all these guys.
Michael Ferris.
Yes.
That's your op. I love that for you.
I hate Michael Ferris.
The more I've sat with these videos, and we will get into the rest of them next time. Look forward to that, Brooke.
Yeah.
The more I feel like I've seen Dobson for who he really was, more so than reading his books. Yes, he was a vile person who created a political movement dressed in the robes of theology, built on bigotry, and working as a facade for white Christian nationalism, of course. But also, he was a scared, confused person who made that everyone else's problem. And I think all of our enemies, the most monstrous people we know, are just people. We don't need to feel bad for them, and we shouldn't downplay the very real impact that people like Dobson had on us and on the world. But also, he's just a guy. And honestly, that helps me better understand why he did the awful things that he did. And, importantly, gives me a better sense of how to undo it.
I'm glad that our read on him is pretty fucking similar at the end of the day, that it's like mostly driven by ego, a desire to preserve his own ego, and fear of what could happen if that were punctured, you know?
Mm-hmm.
As a person who has no strong loyalty to any one perception of God, I always find it really interesting to ask when someone's talking about God, what does God a stand-in for? And for Dobson, so much is a stand-in for himself.
Wow. Jake, that was very smart.
Thank you. I spent a lot of time writing this
You did a good job.
He never talks about his mom, and his mom's present in this. His dad died before this was filmed. He talks about his dad all the time.
Yeah.
I feel this too, where it's like, of course I hate James Dobson. Of course, I think he was a harmful, bad guy. But I might think like the therapist part of my brain is sort of like, I am kind of looking at like a freaked out little kid sometimes. when I'm
Yeah.
looking at him, right? And there's a part, I don't think it's like loving or anything, but there's a part of me that's like, I see the path of how we got here, right?
Mhm.
It's not the same as looking at like a lot of the other characters that we've talked about, or like Trump, or people where I'm just like, bleh,
Right.
evil, right? Like, no.
I mean, Trump's got some fucking dad shit
Oh,
wrapped
sure.
up in there too.
But he's also just like such a non-human at this
Right.
point. But like Dobson, I just look and I'm like, oh, like I want to sit down and just kind of like figure out what's going on. Like I feel like he's just about to cry.
I want to understand him, not to empathize, but to understand how to fix the bullshit that he did.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does not come from a place of empathy. If anything, it comes from the fact that I hate James Dobson.
Great. Good job.
I got
That
that.
was so good.
Nailed
You
it.
did it.
A question that I like to ask all of our guests, Josh, why do you hate James Dobson?
I hate James Dobson because inside of me, there's a scared little boy who doesn't understand all of the things that are happening to his body, that are happening to the way that things work in his world, and who wants answers to all of those questions. And who sees all of those questions, all of the potential answers to those questions, immediately flattened under a fucking mountain of cliche and hasty rationalizations, generalizations of what you ought to do and ought not to do. I hate James Dobson because I listened to hundreds of episodes of Adventures in Odyssey, which placed in my own brain a substandard understanding of dramatic structure and also comedy. I hate James Dobson because the world that he imagined is the world that we are living in now. I hate James Dobson because I must hate James Dobson.
Yes.
I mean, it's a wonderful place for us to pause.
Yeah.
Josh, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Josh.
I hope the snacks treated you well.
They did.
I hope you enjoy the Kevin mug. It's my favorite piece of merch that we have because it's my brother's fake name.
Yeah, that I gave him.
And now it is what we call him.
That's great. I love
I
that.
always say Kevin, and then I'm like, oh, sorry, I used his real name. And then Jake's like, that's not it. That's his fake name. I'm like, what the fuck is his real name again? When I talk to Kevin, I call him Kev.
You call him that in real life?
Yeah.
Yes.
That rules.
Yeah, I've texted him before, just been like, what's up, Kev?
Josh, where can people find you and your work?
Yeah.
Thank you for asking. You can find me at joshboerman.com, where I post many things that I've been up to. You can also find my podcasts, The Worst of All Possible Worlds, which is where we talk about bad narratives in pop culture and sometimes good ones. Worstpossible.world is our website, and I'm pretty fucking sure that if you look at the recommended podcasts for this podcast, you will find us in there.
You're definitely on our, if you like this, you should also like.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ill-Conceived, kind of the same thing, but it is illconceivedpodcast.com, or again, find Ill-Conceived in your favorite podcast client. That's about it.
I'm a fan of both shows, but I must say, I was really excited for when Ill-Conceived first started. I'm still excited for it now, but I think it is such an important analysis of the culture and something that is not so often discussed, but such a driver in the current discourse, as it were.
Ask where people can find me.
My next note is, Brooke, is there anything you want to plug?
I love upstaging the guest on my own podcast.
You can find me nowhere. I'll find you.
Hey.
And you'll find me following me on Storygraph for some reason. And you'll find me.
You know where you'll find Brooke is on the Worst of All
that's
Possible
right.
Worlds podcast.
You will find me there.
Yeah.
You will find me lurking around in the Instagram comments sometimes, but you probably won't know it's me because it's not my name.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had so much fun listening to Brooke's episode of your show.
Yes.
It was like, oh, these are all my friends hanging out, and I'm there too. If you want to check out our stuff, go to IHateJamesDobson.com or check out our Patreon at patreon.com/IHateJamesDobson. And a big thanks to those who are already part of our Patreon community, especially Amber, Ben, Betsy C, Brenda, aka Wrong Brenda, Bunny with a Switchblade, Kiara T, Kaylee Ann, Cardamon, Chad S, Crystalline, Des, Drew, L, Jerry L, Hannah B, Hannah L, Helly R, Jamie B, Jared B, Jen F, Jenna KD, Jennifer A, Joanna, Julie Beth of Tarth, Cami, Carissa, Katie M, Christopher W, Lindsay D, Lyra S, Mara N, Margaret H, Megan, Melodies B and S, MJ Russell 221B, Peter H, Rachel H, Ravio 717, Sawyer N, Sean L, Spruce, Stacy, Timothy DN, Tora W, Tyler M, Unwritten Page, and
Go
Ray.
masturbate, everybody. Jerk it! James Dobson approves.
Puberty. Puberty out.
I Hate James Dobson is a product of Red House Media and is a labor of love, spite, written, recorded, edited, and produced by me, Jake. I'm honored to be joined on this journey by my amazing co-host, Brooke. If you're enjoying the show, please consider rating and reviewing it. And if you want to connect with us more, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/IHateJamesDobson. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Threads, Reddit, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Facebook at I Hate James Dobson. You can email us at IHateJamesDobson@gmail.com. We have merch available at IHateJamesDobson.printful.me, or, if all of that's too much, simply go to IHateJamesDobson.com to find everything about the show. Our theme music is by Moonbase, and the song is called Trendsetter. Special thanks, as always, to Drew, Lindsay, DJ, Jack, Gary, and Karina. And thank you, reader, for enjoying our show.
Not cranking their hogs.
Their respective hogs.